Good morning, Vesta. How are you? Thank you for being here. How is your day going so far? Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for sharing. Good. I'm glad your day's going great. Hi, Teresa. And Jean. Hi, Susan. Oh, I love seeing all your names. And Deborah. This is so cool. Good morning, Doris. Oh, my goodness. Doris, your little prize is coming in the mail. I waited till yesterday because I had an order that was being delivered and I wanted something in that box to send you. Hi, Brenda. Oh, great. Aw, Deborah says, hi, everyone. This little community is so super. Hi, Sharon. Hey, Lori. How are you doing today? Oh, I love it when I see you guys talking to each other. That's so cool. Hi, Kathy. Oh my goodness, I hope I'm not missing anyone. Mindy. Boy, things are just scrolling and I can't watch fast enough. Yes, Sharon's on vacation. Enjoy it. Hi, Teresa. Okay. Hi, Joanne. Oh my goodness, good morning. So, I'm not going to dwell on this. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Mary. It's been a rough couple of days. We did lose one of our plover chicks 2 days ago. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to cry in front of everybody. I have shared the news and you can read what happened on my Facebook page and the Chirpy Card Maker of Quilts. But it's been a sad couple of days in Ploverville. So, yeah, if you haven't seen the update, I encourage you to go read it. It's a learning experience, not one that we wanted, but it's nature. So, that being said, I've got some new products to me to share with you that went into today's project, and I love them. If you're a quilter, you're going to need this one punch because it makes the best leaves. If you're trying to do maybe an applique card, you're going to want this punch. And then I'm using the color and contour bundle. I've used a couple of stamps from the stamp set, and then I used one of the dies for in the card. So it is an awesome set. I am so glad I got that one, and I overlooked it completely in the beginning, but I am so glad that I got it. Oh, and my new favorite paper is the Harvest Meadow. I am going to use this up so fast that I'm going to have to get more. Again, overlooked it in the catalog, thought, no. Oh my goodness, I got it, and it is my favorite. So, I am going to be sharing with you my favorite things. Not as big a deal as Oprah, but my favorite things right now. So, hi, Michelle. Oh, is it Micheline? I am so sorry when I mess up people's names. I do not mean to. Please correct me in how to say it. I am so happy that you are with us today too. Just please help me with the pronunciation of your name because I really don't like getting that wrong. And when things are scrolling, I'm only getting like the first so many letters and it moves on to the next person. So, hi Donna, where are you watching from? Great, it's so good to see some new names on here. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to, oh my goodness, Michael, and I am still having trouble with that one. Hi, Holly. I'm getting a class in pronunciation, and I will get it. already it's scrolled by. Hi, Jane. Oh, she says, in the fellow chirpy doodlers. I love it. We are the chirpy doodlers. How about that? I think that is so awesome. Speaking of chirpy doodles, the Chickadoodle card challenge was awesome. Don't you guys think that it was really awesome? There were so many ideas. We had people dressing their Chickadoodles up for the holidays. I mean, there were so many ideas that were being shared. It was so awesome. I loved it. I just loved it. And then Kathy coined it Chirpy Doodles, and with the Chirpy Card Maker, I think that's our thing. We are Chirpy Doodlers. So, hi, Londa. Michaeline. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. Michaeline. Yes. Tell me if I got it right. So, Chirpy Doodlers, we are going to make an awesome card today. And now I will flip the camera around, and you know, I should be used to this by now, but trying to get... Okay, so I flipped it. And let's bring this up. Okay, now we just got to get it to the right orientation. Aha! We did it! Doris, I love my mug rug. It's always beside me. Usually has my glass of ice water on it. But I thought this is just a great way to introduce myself and have this be seen when I flip the camera down. So August host code is 2T R2D2 PZ. If you would use that, if you choose me as your demonstrator to place an order, then it allows me to earn hostess, Stampin' Rewards that I, in turn, purchase things to send to those who place a $50 or more order with me as a thank you gift. And the bonus with that is right now it's celebration. So Stampin' Up! Is giving you freebies for orders of $50 or more. Every $50 increment, you can earn another free item. So not only are you getting free items from Stampin' Up!, but I want to send you a thank you gift also. So that is the August host code. And let me get a little situated here. My new workspace, this is the second week that I've got a different orientation. So I just got to regroup here. What we are going, let me show you the punch. This is the punch that, okay, let me see if I might have to stand this. Okay, here we go. So this is the punch that goes with the In Symmetry bundle. I didn't get it as a bundle because I didn't think I would need this punch. It is one of my favorite things right now. These little leaves, you're going to see them in the card today, are so awesome. They can tuck right into corners really, really well. So if you're a quilt card maker and you like applique, this is a must-have punch. I'm serious. It's must-have. And then the dies that go with the color and contour, I used this frame right here. I love it. Look at all the different designs of frames that you have. And this border, the scallop, oh my goodness, I can't wait to play with that. And then this is the stamp set, photopolymer. I am using this, I use this sentiment in the cards for today. Awesome, awesome set. And remember when we did the Chirpy Doodles? This stamp right here would make a good ground stamp to ground your Chirpy Doodles. So there's a really good use for that stamp right there. So I am so glad I didn't overlook that set either. And I'm going to be using the new, these are the in colors from 20 to 22. I love them. I'm almost out of my round ones from last year, so I'm glad that they gave us another option. So I'm going to be using those. And I'll sit back down. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I just love this punch. Love, love, love. Okay, so my inspiration came first from the zinnias and coneflower that were in my garden. And so I started, like, how can I make these flowers? No stretch, kitty. You got to get down. You're knocking everything over. Gonna make some flowers, but I wanted to do something different. And I wanted to still use the circle punch or dies if you have them. So I went on a search and came up with a couple of flowers that I want to show you. And it's always easy to come up with like your focal point, but then it's like what layout is going to complement this? And Madalena from the Stampin' Beach, she shared a card layout the other day. I saved it right away because I knew that that was a layout that I wanted to get to, didn't know when. And so I saved it, and then I thought, let's try it with that layout, and it was perfect. So Madalena, thank you, thank you, thank you. I let her know ahead of time and asked her if it was okay that I used the layout that she shared with the card for today. And of course, she's the sweetest person in the whole world. She's like, yes. So what I'm going to ask you to do, because this is going to be another challenge, that not only share your cards in the Quilt Cards and More group, but I want you to share them on Madalena's page in her group also. A lot of you are already following Madalena. So let's post those cards that you make over on her page too, because she is wanting to see what people do with the layout. And, you know, just like last week, I know you're going to take this card and you're going to make it your own, and we would love for you to share the things that you added to make it your own and give us more ideas on how to use it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I did the card layout. It had two pieces that were angled at the top and bottom. So let's bring in what we need. So this was our 4 by 2.5 piece. This is our 4 by 5 1/4. Now I've already put this part of my card together. I already put my insert down. I already put my backing on. Okay. So what's left is we need our card front. And we need to make these two pieces that came down in an, you know, they're on an angle. So with this piece here, the cutting that I'm going to show you is how to get that piece. And my cat jumped up here and knocked everything over. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer. And it's really important that you cut this the right way, so that we can put those pieces in the upper left-hand corner, and then we have them, oh, I did it 2 different ways, one flipping them over. How you cut it will depend on whether your pieces are gonna go this way or vice versa. They'll just reverse themselves. But what I like to do is take this piece, and I am going to cut on an angle from the upper left to the lower right. But I'm not doing that on point. I am going to, can you see? I'm going to put this This corner here is going to go over here at 3/4 of an inch. And this corner up here, no, wait a minute. 3/4. This corner up here, 3/4, and then this one down here at 3/4. Because I don't want it to go corner to corner. You can do it at any angle that you want. But this is what I got here. I think I did that right. I'm starting to second guess myself. And what we want to do is we want this long edge here to be up at the top. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Did I do that right? I think I wanted to go corner to corner. Hold on. It can still work. As long as we put this corner down here. And then this corner can go up here. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. How did I do that one? Because these are my sample cards here. You're just wanting to bring this off like you laid a piece of paper down. I'm overthinking it right now, which shouldn't surprise anybody. Like that. Okay, you just want kind of like this check mark going on. Now, had we flipped it around, like, let's put this backing here. Let's flip over our piece. Then you could go like that. And then like this. And whatever's hanging over, we're going to trim off. But it's just basically looking like you threw a couple pieces down on the top and bottom. Okay? If you went corner to corner, that's fine, because I think that's what I meant to do. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. These are going to be beautiful. So what we're going to, but I want this to be my front. And so I am going to keep this straight edge here. That's what I want to keep. That's what I'm going to use as my guide to glue my paper down. And you don't want to put glue on what hangs over. So do whatever works for you to mark that. What I've been doing is just like kind of like tucking it, folding it like that, folding my excess. So then when I flip it over, I know not to put glue right there. And I don't want it all the way over to this other edge either, because I had a little bit sticking on, going past the outside. Come on. Okay, I am going to take a deep breath. Today seems to be one of those days that if anything doesn't want to go right, it's not going to. Does anybody else have any of those days? Let's try a different applicator here. I'm just going to take a deep breath. We're all good here. This is such a good little group. And you know what? Silicone mat. I need my silicone mat. Where is it? Working with this glue. I need this. Okay. So this edge here, I want to be flush with this. And remember, we're going to trim off what is sticking out on the side. This we want right here. So I'm just going to fold this under so I know not to put any glue past that point right there. Come on. What am I doing? I think I grabbed the wrong bottle. Okay. And then again, we're just going to make this flush up here at the top. So we have our check marks going on. And then just come in with your snips and cut off anything that's hanging over the side. And I have a little bit right here. So that 2.5 by 4 inch piece, that created our top and bottom pieces that we're throwing on here. And you know, we're going to be building on top of this, so it didn't have to come out perfect because we're going to be building on top of this anyway. But that is your card front. That's the gist of the design that Madalena had shared. I'm really second guessing how I came to the conclusion on how I did my other ones. I might have went corner to corner and then adjusted from there. So what we can do then is we can adhere this to our front, and then we're going to go to making our flowers. And the first flower that we're going to make with our circle punches was the design that had the 4 1 3/4 inch circles of the Designer Series paper. And the reason why I had mentioned that I wouldn't go any smaller than that is we're going to be folding these circles, and they're going to get tiny. So if you start out too small, then you are really trying to fold a lot of layers of paper, and it's very it's going to be hard on your fingers. So let's set our card base to the side, and this circle here is what we're going to glue our pieces onto. That's your base. It doesn't matter what color it is because it's going to get covered up. Then we have 4 circles of Designer Series paper. The flower that we're going to make, I'll show you an example, looks like this. And what I want you to be aware of is whatever color, whatever side of your Designer Series paper that you want to show the most, you are going to fold your circle so that it is on the inside. Okay, so decide what side of your flower, what side of your Designer Series paper you want to see the most of, and then you want that facing up because we're going to start folding these circles, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to fold our circle in half, give it a good crease. You can use your bone folder if you want. Give it a good crease so it's folded in half. Okay, now we're going to fold it in half again. So that it looks like this. And then you're going to fold it one more time, getting your corners to match right here. That's why if you do smaller circles than this, it could be hard on your fingers. Just know that. Okay, give really good crease. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to open it up back to the half. I'm going to hold the left side with these fingers here. I'm going to open this up and make like a little cup. See how I'm making like a little cup? But I'm going to push this right side in to the left side. Hold it. There we go. I was holding it too far back this way. I want to go right up to that center fold. Hold it. Make my cup. Make that little cup like that. Push that to where it meets right here. Fold it onto itself and give it another good crease. So that that has that fold in the inside. I'm just going to flip it around. Now I'm going to hold on to this side and I'm going to open this up. Again, make my little cup here. Push this fold all the way to the center like that. Fold it over and give it a good crease. So now we have this wedge and we have two folds that are on the inside. Okay, can you see that? These folds are hidden on the inside like this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're gonna fold back this very top this layer, the very top layer. We're going to fold it back to where it folds from this corner and this corner. So we're just going to fold that back to the corners. This is going to remind you of a cathedral window. And then I'm going to bring in my bone folder and I'm going to give that a good crease. So now we have created this little lip right here. Okay? You're going to repeat this process to the other three circles. So let's do them again. Fold them in half. Give a good crease. Fold it in half again. And then we're going to make a smaller wedge. This looks more like a piece of pie. Give it good creases. So there you have your piece of pie. Now we're going to open it back up to the half. We're going to grab it with our fingers close to that halfway mark. We're going to open it up and we're going to make a little cup like that. We're going to push the right side of our cup, push it in, fold these two back together, flip it around, make a cup, push the side of your cup in, crease it again, and then put it down and fold that lip back. This reminds me of cathedral windows. Okay. One more time. We're going to do this together. Fold it in half. Half again. Half one more time. Get that piece of pie. Open it up. Hold it with your left hand, or if you're left-handed, you're going to be opposite. But hold it. Make your cup. Push that side of your cup from the right to the left. Hide it inside there. Flip it over. Do the same thing. These go really fast once you get the folding part down. Okay, crease that. We got one more to do. And just remember, the color, the pattern that you want to see the most of, make sure that's on the inside. Making our piece of pie, really creasing that well. You just got to help it along a little bit. And then we're going to fold that top part back. And we're going to give that a crease. So here we have the 4 main petals for this flower. See how we're going to get a 2D effect because of our layers. If you'll notice, you've got a nice 2D effect here. I might have to stand up. You got this really nice 2D effect going on with your layers. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece that we're going to glue, and on the back side, you don't want to put your glue on too heavy, because what we don't want to do is to have glue coming to the outsides and then gluing our layers together. You want them to be able to pop. And then you're going to take your petal and you're just going to line it up with the outside of this circle here, and you're going to glue them all the way around. Now don't worry if by the time you're done your flower might be off of the edge here. You're not going to see this, okay? And so we're just going to finish gluing our little wedges to our base. See how we're forming a cathedral window right here? So if you want the whole quilting aspect of the card, just keep thinking cathedral window, cathedral window. Hold those down. Get that last little wedge in there. And then what I like to do is I take my bone folder, and that piece that's glued down to my base, I just run that right inside just to make sure that glue is, the glue is holding my layers together. So I just stick that little bone folder inside there, run it around just to make sure the layers are together. So here we have our little flower. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dimensional and the dimensional I'm going to put right here in the middle. That's going to help like hold these down, and then I'm going to put my center of my flower right on top of it. Peel that back. Put the center of my flower on there. And then you can embellish that with another gem. I think I'm going to hold off on that right now, but I'll probably use one of these bigger in color gems and put it in there. Although I might look for something that'll bring out another one of the colors. But here, and then just make sure that your layers aren't glued together. You want to give this some dimension. Give your flower some dimension. But here is one of your flowers, okay? Going back to our card, I am so discombobulated. Okay, going back to our card. In Madalena's layout that she shared, it showed that you had 2 pieces coming down like this, and then there was this part of the sketch. So what I did was I stamped "Thank you for everything" from the Color and Contour stamp set, and I used the 1 die to cut it out. And now we're going to put this down. So this element here, you can put it wherever you want. I always just try to be straight. I have this thing about being wonky. So now you've got your sentiment down. I had you pull together some leaves. Okay, so this was a retired punch that I had. So I punched out some leaves, and then yesterday when I got that fantastic punch that goes with the In Symmetry collection, I went ahead and I punched some of those also. These are just gorgeous, and I used soft succulent. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my flower down, but I don't want to put glue too close to the edges because I want to tuck my my greenery in there. So now we're just going to put our flower down. Now it looks like the sketch, right? Except our flower is a little different. And I just want to make sure that I've got a lot of dimension going here. And now what I'll do is I'm just going to play around with placement for my leaves. Do something like, maybe like that. Maybe these can come off under here. Okay? So that you just want to make sure that your leaves aren't going beyond the limit for the size of your card base. Okay, so something like that, you can tuck those in. And then another element of the design was there was 3 little embellishments on the top and the bottom. So I will bring out, you gotta be kidding. It was just here. Where did they go? And I think I'm going to stick with the Misty Moonlight. And I'm just going to pull these off. But I think I'm going to go, I'm just going to keep them square. And I'm just going to put my 3 little embellishments down here at the top and bottom. Like I said, my biggest challenge always is just to keep things straight. So there's 3. And then let's put 3 up here. Now I didn't glue those leaves in just yet. Okay, so here we have our element of 3 at the top and the bottom. We have our leaves, and then the only other thing that I would add is I am going to find a gem that I like to bring in another color right there. So that is flower number 1. How big is this circle? The circle that I used, Deborah, was 1 3/4 inches. You can use any circle size that you want. Just make sure that in the design, you know, that it isn't so big that it goes, by the time you build up your flower with the greenery, that it isn't going beyond the limitations of the size of your card base, okay? So you could probably still do a 2-inch circle with these and be okay. If you want to go smaller and put maybe some little rosettes in there, if your fingers can handle folding all those layers even smaller, go for it. I'm going to give it a try. I know it just felt a little taxing on my fingers when I did the 1 3/4. But that is card number 1. And there was a stamp set in Painted Harvest, the retired set, that would give me some leaf definition that I could have stamped. But I really like the simplicity. I wanted the Designer Series paper to shine. I just thought that if I start stamping a whole lot of definition, then my eye is not going to go to what is in the pattern paper. So I left the leaves just as they are. Okay, so there's number 1. And I'll go back in and I will tuck in my leaves. And, you know, Stampin' Up! Has so many different, like, bundles or dies that have different greenery. So use whatever you have. But that is the folded flower. You could just punch your circles and just sit in front of the TV and make all your wedges and then go to town making your flowers. And what I like is you can open these up if you want to give it more dimension. And when you go to mail your card, you just want to press all of these down and it'll fit inside your envelope just fine. How bulky your gem in the center is will add the bulk to the card. If you want to just keep this nice and flat, maybe punch out a smaller circle, maybe with the Calypso Coral, or maybe even bring in Crumb Cake and put a smaller circle in there. That way you're not adding more bulk. This should go in just fine. What I love about these gems is they're pretty flat themselves. I'm finding that I am gravitating to embellishments that don't stand up too high. They're just hard for, they feel bulky in the envelope, and then I usually am adding cardstock to buffer that, so when it goes through the machines at the post office, they go through okay. So that is number 1. I just love all these colors together. That paper is just the bomb right now. So that is card number 1. The first one I did is this one right here, just using the different paper. And so that is card number 1. Okay? So let's go to card number 2. Now, card number 2, I've already put all my pieces down. Okay? I've already got my layers down. I've already got my sentiment down. We're going to go to making the flower. Okay? And this is the look that we're going for. This was my cone flower inspiration. Now, if you want longer petals, then you just cut your straws longer. But remember, the bigger the flower, the more it's going to take up the room it's going to take up on your card front. So keep that in mind, okay? So what I had you do was, we have an 1.5 inch circle. This is our base. Let's kind of separate our greenery, our punched circles and scallops for the center of the flower. And let's bring in all of our straws. Now these straws are 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches by 1/4. If I wanted my petals longer, maybe go 3 inches long. But what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue down on our glue, whatever adhesive you're using. We're going to put that down on our circle. And then what we're going to do is we are just going to start filling that circle in and gluing down our straws. And what we want to do is just make sure that we're covering up the base that we're using, okay? So this is what you're going to do next. You're just going to be gluing these down. So take that off. Just wanted to give you the gist of what you were going to do. So this fun part is just putting your pieces down. I like to do a plus sign, then a times sign or symbol, and then just filling it in. Maybe put this one right here. And if it starts getting too bulky for you, if you have a little bit of your base showing, I don't think that is a deal breaker. Let's see. Let's put another blue one in there. Oh, let's put this blue one right here. And you might have to add more glue. And you're going to notice that you're getting a little hump here. That's okay. We're gonna balance that out also. Let's bring in some more yellow, and I think I'm gonna have to put a little bit more glue right there. Just hold that down where the glue is. You can have as many petals on this flower or as few petals as you want. Let's put this one. Do I want that one? I think I'm going to bring this one back in. Okay, I'm not really worried about seeing some of my base here. But that is your flower. And yes, you have a little hump in the middle, but we're going to counterbalance that when we put our centers on using some dimensionals. So you can keep adding as many. You can make your flower as full or as sparse as you want it. Maybe your flower has lost some petals. Okay. Now, I gave myself some options by cutting more than one, punching more than one color from the same punch. And what I'm going to do is I just want to see, building my colors, what pops or what blends in. That helps bring the Calypso Coral out. But I'm also going to bring back in my card base and see how these colors play with each other. Do that one. Bring in that one. And they want to stick to my fingers right now. I'm just playing. And then maybe bring in back that. Kind of loses. The flower starts getting lost. So what if we stayed with, and you might end up going back to your punches. This is starting to pop. My flower's popping now because of the contrast. And I think, oh, remember we got two sides to everything. And then maybe bringing that yellow back in. Or you just spin your flower, because I noticed my flower petals the yellows were getting lost. Maybe we'll just spin it like that and keep it like that, okay? So once you've got the layers that you like, start gluing them together. And then to counterbalance the little hill that we've got in here, I'm going to use some mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to put them like here closer to the outside, so it gives me the lift I need and keeping this flat so I don't add any more bulk. And it should sit right on top of what sit right on top of that little hill that we created by adding all the straws. It should be just fine. We just don't want to add anything to the center because we don't want to keep raising, we don't want that to keep raising up. This way it will be in your envelope nicely too. And so then just place that like that. So you got a little dimension going on. Bring back in your card front, and again we're gonna do like we did with the last card. We're gonna put some glue down here in the center, but we don't want to go all the way to the outside because we got to be able to tuck in our greenery. Whoops, I did not want my yellows right there. Okay, that works for me. Put that down, and then again start tucking in your leaves wherever you want them. Your leaves will help bring some more color to the pieces that you had laid out. Put in your little sprigs, and then add your embellishments to the top and the bottom and the corners. And you can just keep building and building on this. Use different kind of leaves to bring more interest to your flower. But you get the idea here. We're just building on our flower and filling up some more of the space. So what do you think? I'm going to look over here at comments real quick. Okay, so you like it. Yay, yay, yay. I just, I'm spending so much time admiring the flowers that are growing in my garden because we're so close to September. The flowers will, start to fade here before too long. And right now the hummingbirds are going crazy on the cardinal flower that is thriving. It was my second year for cardinal flower, and it's really thriving. And the hummingbirds, they don't even pay attention to the feeder that is right above them. They're so busy getting the nectar from the natural flower that it's fun in the evenings. I'll sit outside with my camera and I'll just wait for them to show up. So I'll show you the 2 cards that I did, and then I want to show you the little 3x3s that I did. So here were the 2 cards that I created to show you for today. And then what I did was wait a minute. We just did this one today. This is the one. These are the 2 that I made first. And this one is a little smaller because it was a piece that I already had cut. This is like 3 3/4 by 5. So you can change how much of a border you want framing the center of your design. And then, oh my goodness, this is what just put me over the top on that punch. This little quilt block, think of it as a little quilt block, an applique block, okay? And I did it so that it would fit in the 3x3 envelopes that Stampin' Up! Has. Look at these little gem of these little cards. Are these not the cutest? Look at how this fits right into your corners. So if you were, let's say you wanted to do an applique block for a card, look at how these little pieces fit right into those corners. I was all over this last night. And look at this. Is this not beautiful? And the paper from this designer series paper is just gorgeous. Don't overlook it. These colors are just awesome. But that to me looks like a little applique block. And you could just build from that. Go to your quilting magazines and find an applique block that they've done and just recreate that block with paper instead of fabric. Get out your flower punches, cut your own, hand cut your own design flowers, and just start building an applique block. You are just going to knock yourself out. So it's going to be so cute. This really doesn't need any more than what it is to me. But I just think that these little cards here are the cutest thing ever. So I hope I've given you some ideas. And I want to see what you did. So again, share what you have made in the Quilt Cards and More group. You have till Monday night at 8 to share what you create. You get an entry for every card that you share, okay? That's how I did it the last time with the Chirpy Doodles. So share what you make. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you. And be sure to go over to Madalina's. Her business page is the Stampin' Beach, right, Madalina? And then you have a group also. So I want you to share your cards on her page also, because she's a demonstrator who shared the card sketch. So if you were thinking, yeah, I really like that layout, I'll do that. Well, now you really got to do it, because you've already used the design that she had shared. All you got to do is finish it and make sure that you give her the love, because this card layout lent itself to my paper flowers so well that I had to use it. So thank you, Madalina, for that awesome card layout that you shared. Madalina and I told her, we were in a message, I said we need to get together and collaborate again on a card. So I'm sure that she's up for that. We'll just have to get our schedules together. But this is your Thursday Live. So I can't wait to see what you do. Make your flowers smaller, make them bigger. Just go with whatever creativity that you're feeling and make it your own. And I do want to thank you for the love and the kind words that you shared when I shared the news of what happened to one of our little chickadoodles out there. So at the beach, we still have 3, and now we have 1 who's hanging out in the parking lot and doesn't seem to be afraid of cars. So that's a whole nother worry. If they would only just, that instinct would kick in and they would say, you know what, Florida's looking really good right now, or South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas. If they felt that another beach looked good, I wish they would just go, because it's time. It's time for them to make their first migration. So thank you for the love that you've shown me concerning the piping plovers at our beach. And I I think that's it. Again, celebration. Every $50 that you spend, you earn free product. If you need catalogs, please let me know so that I can get them out to you. Celebration goes in not only August, but it's the month of September, so there's still time if you need catalogs and you don't have a demonstrator. I'd love to help you out. So shoot me a message. And I look forward to my phone telling me I've got notifications because somebody posted a picture in the Quilt Cards and More group. Hi, Pam. Joan, hello. Oh my goodness. I love seeing you guys on here. And I will go back through and I will answer any questions. Madalena has shared in the comments what pages you want to be looking for. The group is called the Stampin' Beach. Her page is the Stampin' Beaches. I always get those two mixed up. I'm so sorry, Madalena. Thank you for keeping me straight. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. Nancy! Hi! Oh, and Nancy, thank you so much for the sentiments that you shared with me regarding our plovers. Okay, great. I am liking the comments that I am seeing, so I cannot wait to see what you create. Have a wonderful Thursday. I will see you back here next Thursday at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.